Okay, so I went ahead and set up the shipping page for us, and this actually has going to have the line items, and it's going to have two additional fields here, and that's going to be the ship method and the shipping address. So once you chose the line item, which address and which shipping you want to choose, you select update, and then we will go to the confirmation page, and then from that to the receipt page. So if you quickly take a look at the code behind, or excuse me, the page, you'll notice that you have the columns here, and each columns we're setting the data, but when we come down to setting the drop downs for the shipping, I'm calling a method get ship method list, and then I'm binding the ship method name and the ship method ID columns respectively, and then the get address list will have the name and the order address ID associated there. Then we click on the update button, which will then go to the code behind and fill this information in. So let's actually go take a quick look of where we're at. So here I have my address added, and I'm gonna try to use a Visa and do an update billing. Now this is gonna generate an error. So as I mentioned, this is going to generate an error, and the reason for this is that it's saying that I need to select a shipping method, or at least I need to configure one so I can choose one. And it's saying that the dictionary key is missing, and they give you a default dictionary key of all zeros. And if you read a little bit more carefully with the text in here, so let's actually make that a little bit bigger. And notice it's actually failing on the total pipeline component. So it's telling us it's missing some dictionary keys here. Now the reason for this is if we go to our set billing information, that's because I told it that I want to run the total pipeline component, and to do that I did this so I can get the actual total and set the total for the payment. Well, generally on most sites I did this a little bit incorrect, but we can solve this pretty easily. So what we can do is we can go ahead and comment this line of code out, as well as this one, and we can do this on the last page, setting these values. Normally on an e-commerce website, when you're going from a basket page, you probably want to go to a shipping page first. Now the reason you want to go to the shipping page first is so that you can enter the shipping information, and then you can calculate the total for what the amount is going to be. Then you go to a billing page. I did it the reverse. So once you come to the billing page, that's when you want to take the total, because this is going to have the calculated total of the shipping, as well as if there was any discounts or anything like that in there, and associate that total to the amount. So we'll do this on our after the billing, after the shipping information is set. So let's go ahead, go to our code behind here, and put some information. Okay. So we need to also put two more methods here, and these two methods are going to be get addresses and this is going to be the order collection. Okay, and we're gonna have one more. And this one is gonna be get shipping method list. Okay, so in order to get the address list, we need to have a basket. So let's go ahead and get that. So when the page loads, let's go ahead and get our basket. Okay, so now that we have the basket, we'll just go ahead and do basket.addresses and return that. And then now for the shipping method, so here basically we want to do a return on now. Just like the billing, this has a language ID you can pass, for example EN-US or FR-FR for French, but for right now, for this sample, we'll just keep it as is, which will be the default. Okay, so now that passes back the get shipping. That has all that information there. So actually this will be tables. And we need to change this to data table. Okay. So now on the button update, we're going to do a redirect. The redirect is going to be to our confirmation page. But we're also going to be executing some pipeline components. So we'll do here is write a quick for each loop. So in this for each loop, we need to do a couple of things. So first, we need to go ahead and find the repeater So this is our repeater. So this works by index values, so let's actually do this. Let's see if we have a item index value we can get. Yes, we do have that, so let's take care of that. Okay, so once we get the repeater, we want to look for, I believe it's a product listing. So once that we found the repeater, we need to iterate and find the shipping methods as well as the address list. So now we need to do for each loop. Okay, so now we need to find our drop-down list. So this one is the shipping methods. And I believe we call this shipping method list. Let's copy this. And this is going to be our address list. Okay, to set our line items. I see what I did here. So we're actually not going to be able to, we don't need this because so the reason we don't need that is because we already we get a products repeater, and then we're iterating the products items, which is the actually line items in there. So this will be the basket.order forms line item, and the index value of this is going to be that. So now we're going to do shipping address ID. It's going to be set to our address list items. This is going to be the selected index value. We're going to do the same thing for shipping. Ship method ID. be the selected item. And ship method name. Except this is going to be the selected value. Or actually it's going to be the other way around. I guess we could have also done this with the selected value this way. There we go. So now that we'll iterate through and set the shipping information as well as the billing. When that's done, we'll go ahead and save our basket, and then redirect to the confirmation page. So here is where I need to run our pipeline again for basket. And then I'll run our total. So before doing that, I need to go get our basket dot. So if you remember, we said that in our billing information we were going to go get the payment method and set the payment method to our the total of our basket pipeline component. So to do this, I'll do this right before the save method. So first we need to get the payment method. To do that, we're going to go to our basket, order forms, payments. We know it's going to be the very first payment, and we're going to select the amount, and we'll choose our basket total to that. Okay, and save the basket, and then redirect the user to the confirmation page. Again, in the real world, you would do some error handling around this, and you wouldn't redirect the user if there was an error, and you would display that information to the user. Let's just go ahead and save this. Let's go to our page. So let's actually quickly refresh this. Okay, the reason we are getting an error again is because my user ID is coming up as null. So what it means is that I have logged out of my session. So let's go back to our login page and quickly log in as a user. Okay, so we logged in. Let's go to our basket page. Let's just make sure we have only one item. Place the order. Okay. I forgot to put .txt on that one. rerun that. Okay, so we are now billing information and we're having a problem because this says the name item does not exist. Because I am trying to, so let's go back to our shipping. So this actually should be 0. Let's try that. Selected value does not have a value. This is system.goid. So this will be that toString. Or actually this is going to be a GUID, so it's not a string. I need to convert this to a GUID. I need to do probably the same thing for the address. Yep, no, the address is a string. Okay, so the rest is good. Okay, so we didn't find anything for our shipping. It's probably because of the repeater. Because I am not doing anything in my page load. So in our page load, we need to go ahead and load our basket. I need to get the order listing data source to my basket.order forms. Order listing.data bind. Okay. Now, when I run this, I'm going to still get an error. Now, the error is going to be that we have no shipping methods. Okay, so we have another error because I'm asking for a description which is not a weekly type. Try this again. Okay, so now it's failing because we have no shipping methods. So let's go to our customer order manager, go into the shipping methods. Okay, and let's create a new shipping method. And we're going to call this simple shipping. Okay. Charge, we're not going to charge anything, just keep it as is, save and close. Okay, so now let's go ahead and refresh this again. So it's failing because we need to refresh the site cache. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so it's not working. Let's just do a quick save of our order web config. So it'll do a quick recycle for our website. Let's do another refresh. Okay, so here we go. We have one line item, and there's our shipping, and there's our home, and then when we click update, we should go to our confirmation page. So the specified argument, so it's probably complaining about the payments. Let's go look at our code. Quick debugging here. And we have 0 payments. Okay, so if we have 0 payments, then we are not doing something right in our billing page. So I created a payment collection of actually a credit card payment, but I'm not doing anything with it, so I need to save this. So I need to go to my basket.order forms, and I need to add this payment. Okay, so if we go back and we do an update, and then choose this. Okay, so we came to the confirmation page. So now let's go ahead and set all of the details for the confirmation page. And the confirmation page is just basically going to render out all of the information about what we've done so far, and give the user a chance to review it, and then continue next to complete the purchase.